Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. Special hello from Venus and I today. Before I get into your video, which is all about your February 2024 love predictions. So you guys, whether you're in a committed relationship or you are currently single, this pick a card tarot reading is going to help you figure out precisely what's coming towards your love life during the month of February. So I will introduce you to the 4 groups that I've got prepared for you right now. Venus, say bye. Goodness, she's gotten so big, you guys. All right, let's get into it, you guys. But before I introduce you to these 4 groups, I would just like to announce that I am doing a giveaway. You guys, this is the absolutely gorgeous crystal that I will be giving away. And yes, this gorgeous Angel Aura Quartz baby could be on Bow Life, but instead of selling it to the highest bidder, I thought, why not give it away to one of my beautiful subscribers? So this is how you'll be able to enter the giveaway. It's really easy and straight to the point. First, of course, be subscribed to my channel and like this video. Once that's all done, head on over to Instagram. It's at Vanessa Somuayina. Follow me on Instagram and comment a butterfly emoji on my latest post. That will be your entry into the giveaway. I will randomly be picking one of your butterfly emoji comments on the 9th of February to select the giveaway winner. And of course, you can enter as many times as you like by just leaving multiple comments. So all the details of this giveaway are listed in the description box again, as well as the link straight to my Instagram profile. Yes, you guys, this is a worldwide giveaway. No matter where you live, if you win this crystal, it will be shipped straight to your doorstep. But now, without further ado, let's get into your February love predictions. Group number 1 corresponds to the Tarot in Wonderland deck, as well as the Vanadinite crystal. Group number 2 corresponds to the Divine Feather Messenger Oracle deck, as well as the Citrine crystal. Group number 3 corresponds to the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck, as well as the Amber. And group number 4 corresponds to the Muse Tarot, as well as the Aqua Aura Point Crystal. But the timestamps to all 4 of these groups can be found below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section. So all you need to do is click your timestamp and you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this reading. So now I will provide you with a little moment of privacy. Feel free to pause the video right here if you need a moment just to meditate on the 4 groups. And then once you've selected whichever group calls to you intuitively, I recommend that you go with the one that you feel represents your dream love life. Once you've done that, simply click the timestamp and I'll catch you during your February 2024 love predictions. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your 2024 February love predictions. Now, you chose the Tarot in Wonderland deck, as well as the Vanadinite crystal. And right off the bat, I just want you to know that this is a very sparkly as well as re-energizing stone that is great for any of you who feel as though the spark in your love life have been lost. Now, that may be in a long-term relationship. Sometimes things can get a little mundane and repetitive, but that can also be the case if you're single and you feel like you're always dating the same types of people. Know that February is going to spice things up. And right before I get into your reading, my gorgeous souls of group number 1, you are only human, and a few of you have maybe skipped the intro because you know how pick a card readings work. And now, of course, I'm not mad at you for that, but I recommend you watch the intro of this video because I am doing a giveaway for a gorgeous Angel Aura crystal, and I want as many of you as possible to join. This is the beautiful Angel Aura crystal that I'm giving away. I mean, just look at this. It's absolutely stunning. And it is a worldwide giveaway, you guys. That's why I want you guys to enter, because that way you know that at least you've got a chance at winning this crystal, because you miss 100% of the shots that you never take. Remember that, group number 1. But now let's get into it. We've got the 3 of Cups reversed. Now, group number 1. Dare I say there's no partying in February, no going out, no drinking, no unhealthy habits. Some people are doing dry January or a vegan January, but you are doing a solitude February. You're not in the mood to be partying. You're not in the mood to go out and be social. In February, you've really got more important things to do than going out, such as cuddling at home with someone special, watching some Netflix documentaries that have been on your watch list, and also getting some paperwork done. That's the kind of vibe that I see here. Some official things need to be completed, so you're making some sacrifices when it comes to going out and partying. The Ace of Cups, by the way, which is the next card we received for you, is a card of new beginnings with romantic love. So February is a month in which you may just meet a very special someone, and in which any existing relationships will have a renewed flame and passion. So actually spending Valentine's Day feeling loved, feeling like you're being treated as someone who is special and cared for, and finally not being a Grinch on Valentine's Day. That's what I'm getting here. And Valentine's Day will be a very sweet, thoughtful day. It won't be a day of like partying or going to a crazy kind of event or anything like that. It will be very sweet and very intimate. That's what I see here with the Six of Cups. And for all my ladies and gents who are single and who want to stay single, who don't want to spend Valentine's Day with a romantic interest, I just want you to know that the Six of Cups shows that Galentine's Day is possible too. Just inviting your gals and pals over and actually celebrating each other, your connection, your friendship, your closeness, giving each other some little gifts. You can even set like a budget. You could say, okay, up to $20, and you give each other a little something. It could also be a self-made gift, a handmade gift. And I just want you to know here that February is going to be the best February that you've had up until this point, group number one. You've never really been a huge fan of the commercialization of love. You've never been a huge lover of just Valentine's Day and making that a whole spiel anyways. But maybe it was also just because you didn't find a way to celebrate it that actually made you feel fulfilled. Because I think Valentine's Day in February can actually bring out more discomfort and insecurities in ourselves and just in people in general, because there's just such an emphasis on romantic love and traditionally, you know, a man wooing you on Valentine's Day. But that just isn't the case for all of us. That just isn't something that fits every single lifestyle. And moving on here to the Queen of Batons, I see that you're really leaning back and enjoying your love life in February by letting things come to you. Being invited out on Valentine's Day and in February is something that happens because you are not in your masculine energy. It's happening because you're leaning back in your chair. You're observant, but you're not the one who is approaching, who's making plans, who's going out of their way to garner attention. You're in the spot where you let people tell you whether they want to see you, whether they want to hang out with you. And here in the Page of Swords, which is the page of air signs, I want you to know the Suit of Swords is a suit of communication and also your mental realm, your mental space. And I see that for February, you don't quite know the perfect words to say or the perfect way to respond to things, especially when you're being asked out for what you want to do on Valentine's Day and whether you have any plans. But I do see here that for February, it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable being asked out, but you're going to try to just be your most put together and mature self. And you're going to act like this happens all the time because we're faking it till we make it. Well, not even necessarily just faking it. We are learning to stay calm even in situations where otherwise we would be a little all over the place. Here in Scorpio, we have a very intense kind of water sign energy because Scorpio is a water sign, and I love me some good Scorpio energy. Scorpio is a sign of intensity, of also like purging and renewing. So Scorpio is the person that will really go all out in February the most of the zodiac. You're going to organize the most special Valentine's Day or birthday surprise for your significant other. You're going to be the one that puts the most effort into their look, into how they show up, into how you present yourself. And if you are the type of person who is going out with a Scorpio, expect a really wonderful surprise in February from them. Expect them to be very outgoing, very warm, very caring, and wanting to really woo you and make February a special month in your connection and your relationship. Here within the Swan, I can see that February brings a very deep, thoughtful kind of dive into the past. If you have a past loved one that you're thinking about a lot in February, it's most likely because there is an intense connection there in the spiritual realm to them. And there's something in February, a memory that you have of them and with them that is resurfacing. And this is something that subconsciously may even keep you awake at night. But I don't want you to worry, group number one. It's actually a good thing. We've also got the letters J as well as I. And I want to add a few more letters into your reading. We've also got F as well as B. Okay. So we've got FBI and J. So I do love that we have this little FBI situation going on here. And some investigation that's happening in February. Going through someone's phone, group number one. You're not usually one to do it. You didn't want to do it, but you decided, I don't want peace. I want the truth, because sometimes you've got to decide between the truth and peace. And that is one thing that I can see here. Just wanting to get to the bottom of things rather than allowing yourself to just brush stuff under the rug like you've maybe done in the past. The whale spirit shows me here that February also brings this vibe of simply trusting that whatever you need to find out will reveal itself. And if it's so bad that going through someone's phone or email, seeing their follower list and who they are following on Instagram, if this is just something that irks you, that you're not happy with, where you're just a little scarred, honestly, I just want you to know here that it is necessary for you to get to that point so you can decide whether you want to carry on with a connection or not. Because simply kind of hiding these things, that's not the solution. You have to deal with it. You have to be honest with yourself. And if someone is behaving in a way that you just cannot see your future husband or wife being, they're out. That was it. You're on to the next. Now, group one, I do have a few more messages to share with you. So I will clear and cleanse the space, and then we'll delve a little more deeply into your February 2024 psychic love reading. Okay, group number one, let's delve a little more into your love reading, shall we? So first up, we have the Five of Air in reverse. So there's some overthinking that you're letting go of in February that has to do with your love life. If you've been processing a breakup, this is the month in which you are fully healed and letting it go, and you're no longer going to have flashbacks and moments of overthinking or weakness when it pertains to this person or this ex. If you are single and you feel like you've already gotten over this, I just want you to know that the Five of Air reverse is indicative of also no longer overthinking your appearance towards romantic partners. Because you know that there are people who are not commercially or by society standards attractive, and they have amazing marriages and relationships. They are in relationships with intelligent and attractive partners, and that's all because of their confidence as well as their personality. And it's not that you don't want to take care of yourself or that you're not attractive, but you just know that's not your selling point. And your audience, your target, romantically speaking, is not the type of person who just reduces others to their physical looks. Next, within the Mother reversed, I just want you to know February of 2024 is a month of less fertility. So this is maybe time for you to celebrate, because you will be happy that you are going to be on your moon cycle on time this month, that there's no doubt about motherhood or a pregnancy. And if you are on a journey, I just want you to chill in February. I don't want you to overthink this month if you are on a pregnancy journey to trying to get pregnant, because not every month is the same and not every single month will vibe with you in that way. And the thing that I see here in the Nine of Water is that so much is actually going right in your life. There's so much to be excited about. There's a lot of manifesting that's happening, as this is also known as the wish card. So a card in which manifestations and wishes come true. So there's not really very much space to think of growing a family or fertility in something else, even starting like a new business venture or growing your business ventures. There's not really time to do all that because the existing ones are taking up a lot of your energy and focus, but in a really good way. Next, we've got the King of Fire reversed. Don't be surprised if someone who is a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, is just in a really bad mood in February and just doesn't want to be seen or to go out. So giving some people space in February is one thing I see that is very healthy for you, group number one, because you also don't want to be surrounded by people who don't know how to control their emotions and kind of let out their anger on you. That's not what we're doing. That's not allowed in February. You're protecting yourself and staying away from that. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Now this shows us here that there are so many wins coming your way, romantically speaking, in February. There are options for you here, romantically speaking. You will have more than one option for Valentine's Day. Even if you're in a relationship, someone will be showing you that they think you're attractive and that they would actually like to spend this special day with you. And here within the Ten of Swords, I see that it is the end of your doubtfulness. February is the end of doubting whether you're lovable enough, attractive enough, whether you're worthy enough, because there's just no point in even allowing this doubt to permeate you, because you have lived enough of your life in doubt, group number one. You've been there, done that, gotten the postcard. It's time to remind yourself that you were born to shine, to express yourself, to live your best life as well as your purpose. And here within the Siamese fighting fish, remind yourself that your commitment to just loving life and being a beacon of confidence and light and inspiring other young people to be just like you, it's all down to your commitment. And many places you go, you'll be the only one that stands out, but that will also make you the most attractive one, the one that people want to talk to and people want to go out with. Now, the Mandarin fish shows me that you will be given a gift, a round gift, very gently. It can be a ring with a round stone, such as this one, for example, that I'm wearing with this moonstone that's very round. A necklace that is round, that has like a round pendant on it. Even a little pearl, quite literally speaking, like we've got here with the Mandarin fish. So a pearl bracelet or a pearl necklace or one single pearl. And this is actually going to be a very symbolic gift that you're getting from the universe. It will be delivered to you through another person, through divine means and intervention. And when you receive this in February, first of all, come and confirm on this video in the comment section, of course, is what I meant. And second of all, this is your sign to be gentle with you. This is your sign to take some steps back if you feel like it's necessary, and to not push yourself to the edge and to your limits all the time. Group number one, if you are a perfectionist, a Virgo, if you are the type of person who identifies as an Aries, all right, I want you to take a step back during the month of February. You've done a lot. You've proven that you can work hard, and actually you don't have to work hard to be successful. You don't have to work yourself to the bone to be financially free or to have everything that you want. But we've got to switch that mindset and that belief system. And that's one thing to work on and for you to focus on in February. Now, group number one, I hope that you liked this very detailed, in-depth kind of reading about your love life during the month of February, and that you also found the messages insightful that were adjacent to love, but about other areas of your life too. Let me know below in the comment section. I'm not sure if there's a pearl emoji, but if there's none, leave actually a globe emoji below, like a world emoji below in the comment section. That way you can let me and others know that you're part of group number 1 and that you watched your reading all the way to the end. And if you'd like access to more readings that are for a smaller audience, so they're more precise, they're also pretty frequent at the moment, then make sure that you check out my Patreon. It's linked below in the description box. For the cost of literally not even a coffee, not even a fancy Starbucks drink, you will have access to a plethora of different videos in the existing library, and of course all of the upcoming pick a card tarot reading videos that I'm posting on there that can help guide you, and where I can also just talk about some things that are censored over here on YouTube. So group number 1, thank you for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. Let's see what is up in your love life during the month of February. You chose the Divine Feather Messenger Oracle deck in connectivity to the citrine crystal. This is a beautiful, very light yellow specimen of citrine, and I just want to say to you guys, in case you didn't watch the intro, I am giving away this beautiful angel aura crystal. I mean, just look at how it glistens in all colors of the rainbow. And I explained the giveaway rules during the intro of the video, so if you skipped that and moved straight into this reading, trust me, these intros in the next couple months are going to be worth watching, as this isn't the only giveaway I'm going to be hosting. But we've got to start somewhere, right? So make sure that you partake in this giveaway for a chance to win the crystal. So let's get into it. First up, we've got the canary. Now, the canary brings you the following message. Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. The month of February brings a strong urge to speak up. In the past, you may have been afraid to alienate someone romantically speaking, so you kind of kept your opinion to yourself, or you dimmed it down a lot because you did not want to rub someone the wrong way or come off as too opinionated. This is one thing that I started realizing that I used to do, and in the past I don't think I would have ever admitted to it, but I have definitely been romantically in situations in which I chose to silence myself more than I really should have, just in order to keep the peace and to make the other person feel comfortable. Next up, we've got the beautiful meadowlark. So this bird is telling you to smile. You'll soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. So group number 2, your love life is looking outspoken. It's looking fun because you've got a reason to smile and to laugh. And it's looking like you're not taking anyone's BS any longer. So an emancipated month. February is looking like there are different directions that you're exploring. You're having fun, you're discovering yourself, you're also speaking up for what you desire. And here within the 9th house, I see a lot of spiritual growth. When the 9th house shows up, which is the house of long distance travel, this does indicate like a long distance relationship. This indicates a relationship in which there is a lot of travel involved physically, but also spiritually and emotionally. So having to connect with your person by being very open-minded and by allowing yourself to just feel on a way deeper level. And here with the Neptune, dreaming and ascending. So Neptune is all about your spirituality. The month of February is going to be a very spiritual month, even romantically speaking, as the 9th house is also the house of spiritual growth. The 9th house shows us that you will be evolving, and Neptune reiterates the fact that you are overcoming fears in love, and you're overcoming them by spiritually growing, evolving, and connecting, by finding someone who is like-minded in a spiritual sense, and also by just allowing for your dreams to become a reality, which is something you maybe never truly thought could happen, but anything is possible during the month of February for you. We've also got the 6th of February, which is a very deep spiritual and romantic day for you during this upcoming month. So don't say I didn't tell you so, group number 2. Note that down. Pay attention to what happens on the 6th of February, because it's going to be the day you remember an important dream and the day that you commence your journey to an elevated sense of self and also spiritual growth, okay, spiritual expansion, and having like this little feeling of a moment of enlightenment. Next up, we've got Mercury for you. So Mercury retrograding, we often complain about and often hear of, and I want you to know here within Mercury that this is actually indicative of communication. This is a sign that during the month of February, you will be communicating again with someone with whom you have a very deep spiritual connection with. And I also do see here that someone is going to try to find their way back into your life by connecting with you on something deeper than just physical attraction. Now, it's up to you whether that's really something you want to see through, whether you actually trust them and their intentions. Group number 2, you know this person best. We've also got some Libra energy, so they might be a little bit calculated in their approach, and they might, for a reason, reach out to you because being in touch with you and associating with you can benefit them. And I know you may think to yourself, well, how can this benefit me? Like, what would benefit someone from being with me? What could I possibly offer that would make someone want to be around me just for clout, just for like the hype? Group number 2, you are underestimating just how attractive that you are and just what you have to offer because it is the norm to you. Now, the 2 of Swords shows me that it's up to you to decide in February who you want to spend time with. There are some very shallow people who are going to want to hang out with you again, and within that group of friends there's also going to be a love interest. So they want to hang out with you because you're cute, because you look like you're doing well right now, and it's up to you if you do want to engage and also have a connection to this friend group that is rather superficial because you can gain something from it. Hey, group number 2, we aren't here to judge. Do what you got to do and what you want to do. But just know here that being with people who are superficial, especially potential romantic partners in the 7 of Swords, this usually leads to them not being very loyal and doing things that they did not make you aware of, right? Holding these swords, holding 4 swords actually, and only leaving 3 for you. So not only always filling up their cup more than they're filling up yours, but also withholding information that would have been important and vital for you to know because they just don't have the level of care and respect for the relationship that they should have. So be very wary of people with whom you already get a little bit of a superficial vibe from. Next up, we've got the chameleon spirit. So the month of February is an interesting one. We've also got the number 14, which is the day when we will be celebrating love, right? Valentine's Day. And the thing here with the 14th is that it will actually be a Valentine's Day in which you feel like you are playing along, maybe because you are just in a fresh relationship and this is someone that you want to put your best foot forward with. Maybe you're single and you just really don't want to be in a dark headspace or a headspace of feeling as though you should be out on a date. Either way, I just want you to understand here with the chameleon spirit that once you act a certain way, once you act as if you're completely content with your life, as if you're completely content with Valentine's Day, with the plans or lack thereof, your body will start to follow. It will start to actually follow suit when it comes to creating chemicals that make you feel happy, creating endorphins that have you feeling like this is the best time of my life. And the seahorse spirit shows that all you've got to do is watch and wait for things to then slowly manifest. And I've really been noticing this, group number 2. So I've completely let go of feeling as though being alone is something that is scary or like I have any need for a romantic relationship. And I've set my standards very high, and also my kind of price to access me as well, to even be around me. And in connectivity to the chameleon spirit, I could have, of course, just thought to myself, oh, you know, you're just acting. These are not actually your standards because they were lower at some point. Or, well, you know, you're just acting as if maybe you're in the end going to end up by yourself in this way. But with the seahorse, all I did was watch and wait. And while I was watching and waiting, and I still am, there are so many potential suitors, so many people who are amazing people who understand the boundaries, who understand the minimum requirement to even access my energy. And quite frankly speaking, that makes dating and love so fun because you're in control and you no longer feel as though you are by yourself or lonely. The Four of Cups shows us here that rather than engaging in connections that aren't healthy or being with people who totally don't cherish you, the Four of Cups shows that it's time for you to really learn to love your solitude, really learn to love being by yourself. Now with the four, we've also got 4 seasons, 4 elements, 4 directions as well. And I just see a very well-rounded month of February for you. And romantically speaking, a lot to gain. And not to gain in the sense of being in a relationship, acting how they want you to act, but through being a little rebellious and definitely just being yourself 100%. As we've got here in the Chariot, you'll move forward quickly. You will be moving in a direction that suits you, that you desire, that you want. And it's like your horses, or shall I say your snails, are carrying you to the next chapter through February. Now, February is going to be a month of feeling a little bit out of control, and therefore having to just calm yourself and remind yourself, look, I can be in control, but I need to take a moment to step down. I need to take a moment to breathe deeply and to center myself. Even if I don't feel centered on the inside, I will just act as if on the outside. And slowly but surely, once you just watch and wait, you will see how obstacles are cleared. Group number 2, and when it comes to love, a lot of talking, a lot of communicating, and a lot of like mental stimulation, love and attraction is one thing that is going to be the main vibe for the month of February for in 2024. So I look forward to you enjoying very deep conversations, and if you're single, actually even holding out on any kind of physical intimacy for longer than you expected. Situationships, the same. Just any of you who are in the beginning stages of dating, I definitely see here that the longer you wait to actually become physical with them, the more you'll grow with them and the more intense it will actually be when you do connect in that physical way. Now, group number 2, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful. If you would like to unlock more readings that are for a smaller group and more precise, I've got my Patreon below in the description box, so feel free to check that out. I've got a bunch of Patreon-only readings on there as well. And group number 2, I would just like to thank you for being here and being in this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your February 2024 love prediction. You chose the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle cards to help guide you, as well as this beautiful little fossil. Yes, the amber is a fossilized piece of tree resin. So this is not in actuality a crystal. And I love to tell you guys some of these fun facts right at the start of the video, because it just helps you to not only learn, but also understand a little bit more about crystals, gemstones, and this metaphysical space. So let's move into it. First up, we've got Athena. So you are a wise one, and you are deeply connected to crystals, especially those that are pretty pointy. So if you want to kind of generate more clarity in your life, definitely purchase crystals that have a point shape. So just like this rose quartz point right here, in the video frame, make sure that you go for crystals that remind you of this kind of point shape. Furthermore, the owl is a symbol of noticing when someone is full of complete BS or someone is telling you the truth, especially romantically speaking. With the owl being on Athena's shoulder, this is actually a message to you to listen to your intuition, but also be very watchful of what you see and what you observe. So how someone behaves is more important than what they say. That's what Athena is trying to communicate to you, to kind of put on an armor, to put on a very thick skin, because sometimes when you come to the realization that what someone does is completely out of alignment with what they have been saying and promising to you, it can be slightly painful. It can be hard to take. But remember here within Palais to light your fire when you see that happening. And by lighting your fire, I mean taking action. Romantically speaking, if you're single, someone keeps promising you the world, the stars, the moon, all planets of the Milky Way. I just want to remind you that if they don't actually act on it, if they don't actually get in the lab, go to NASA, build a space shuttle to take you there, they are full of ish. And light your fire by making them aware of the fact that you're aware of it. You see that all they do is talk, but they don't deliver. The same goes actually for committed relationships. And for me, I was in a committed relationship where that was done all the time. And at some point, you've got to make the wise decision to say, look, nothing is ever followed through on. This is not the life I'm trying to live. I am out of here. Next up, we've got Isis. So remind yourself here that there are some sacred contracts that are more important than giving people chances. Those sacred contracts have to do with you actually having a contract with yourself. The contract you've got with yourself, group number 3, is to be kind to yourself, to protect yourself, and to do what's best for you. And when it comes to romantic love, be wise, because there are people who will have these contracts with themselves of being intelligent with their time, of being smart with their money, of making sure that they don't let people into their lives that hurt them, that are mean to them, that maybe don't follow through on things, no faux friends. But then when it comes to romantic relationships, it's like, why do we take this complete BS? Why do we allow people to walk all over us when in all other areas of life, we would never allow this to happen? So remind yourself here with Isis and these sacred contracts that you have a bigger responsibility to yourself than to anyone else. And it is important that you do not allow for somebody to take that role. You've got the leading role of your life. You're the main character. You're the main one you need to take care of. Everyone else is second, third, fourth. Everyone else is behind that responsibility. Next, we've got the Fool. February shows you jumping into an unexpected situation in which you don't know what's going to come next, but you're excited, you're joyful. You've even got like a little fluffy companion that's looking at you thinking like, what are you doing? Why are you so excited about this? Do you not know that it might be dangerous within this unknown space and unknown territory? But no, in the Fool, you're just going for it. You're unafraid. And the Fool shows us, romantically speaking, a fresh beginning for you in the sense of trying new ways of meeting people, trying new ways of being intimate. So those of you who are single, the Fool shows that you will go on a blind date. You will meet someone not knowing what to expect at all, but you are excited for it, you want to do it, and you see no reason why not to do it as long as it's safe. And I agree with you, group number 3, there's no reason not to try something new. For those of you who are in situationships or committed relationships, I see you trying some new things, and these new things are definitely in the romantic realm when it has to do with being intimate, when it has to do with, just those sacred moments that you have with another person. And I also want to add some letters into your reading. So we've got O, K, as well as T. Okay, so O, K, and T, so talk, for example, tick tock. Time is up for playing it safe. That's one thing that I want you to be aware of. And it is very important for you to be in a space where you're not afraid of trying something new and maybe even embarrassing yourself. Because with the Six of Wands, I can see that you've got the complete support romantically of the person you're seeing in February. You've got them behind you, you've got them standing up for you, and they feel very attracted to you. It doesn't matter whether you've just gotten up, you've got morning breath, you haven't brushed your hair, you haven't put on clothes that aren't just like baggy at home, stay at home, sleepy kind of clothes, or whether you've even kind of taken the time to do self-care in a couple days. I see that all of that doesn't matter, as the Ten of Cups shows that romantically speaking, actually what people want from you is this togetherness. They want the Ten of Cups, they want a family, they want to be in a committed relationship. People can see that you're the type of person with whom that would actually not just be doable, but actually ideal. You are not like the hookup culture type of person. The Ten of Cups shows that you're a very loyal and uplifting companion with whom a long-term relationship would be ideal. But you need to, of course, have people in your life who are ready for this, because sometimes people are not ready. They see your worth and your value and they wish that they could have you, but they're not ready and they're not taking the necessary action for a relationship to work. And that's what we spoke about in Athena. It can be a hard pill to swallow when it's the right person but the wrong time, because they're just not wise enough. They just aren't matured enough. And that's really painful when you love someone, but you've got to let them go because you know you deserve better. And after all, you have worked on yourself. While they were partying or doing nonsense, you were actually working on growing, on healing and maturing, and you deserve someone who also took that time. And then you can grow together, you can accomplish things together, you can build together on an existing foundation. It's not fair to you to have done all of this inner work and working on yourself to be a great partner, to then pick someone with whom you've got to take 10 steps back and start all the way from zero with, because in that way, how are you ever going to progress to where you want to go in life if you're constantly taking steps back just because you want to meet another partner there? Why don't they meet you where you're at? Why don't they meet you closer to the finish line? That would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? But especially if you're dealing with somebody who is a narcissist or who doesn't want to get out of their comfort zone and doesn't want to put in the work, you will realize that they will find any excuse in the book to avoid accountability. And that's also why the wasp spirit is appearing at this point in your reading. Sometimes life stings when you realize that you thought you were on the same wavelength with someone, romantically speaking, but then you actually realize like you were way further ahead. You were too wise, you were too kind, you were too generous, and they're just not cut from the same cloth. And it's okay to realize that, because I just want you to know here in the wombat spirit that going back home, and I mean going to your mother, your father, just like where you feel at home, and with people who have witnessed your upbringing and your childhood, you will be able to talk these things out and communicate in February about the fact that there have been people you've encountered where life really stung because you saw so much potential in them. And the thing is, they didn't see through their own potential. Meanwhile, you would have supported them in becoming the best version of themselves. You would have supported them in seeing their potential through. But group number 4, you can't force anyone, nor should you waste so much time trying to build someone else up, because ask yourself whether others would do that for you as well. And there's usually only a very small portion of people that would actually do that. And I see here within the fly that why you've got to stay away from becoming Barbara the Builder is because that will actually cause a period of ill health or depression. And if you're seeing flies in real life, this is usually a sign that you're doing too much. This is usually a sign that you're making yourself vulnerable to disease, that you're making yourself vulnerable to overworking yourself just in order to please others. And that is where it's important in the seahorse to remind yourself that family matters, okay? And it is very important in any family that everyone stays healthy. You are not supposed to be the person that takes on every single role. It is a working together. And if you've experienced a relationship, whether it's a situationship, whether it's you being single, dating someone and feeling like they're not a team player, or you've actually been in a full-blown relationship, a committed one, even a marriage, and you felt as though, regardless of what happened to you, even in a period of ill health, and maybe you even experienced it firsthand, all of the responsibility and the weight was still on your shoulder to make sure that everything stayed put together, that the relationship even survived bumps and hurdles. All of the tasks in the home were all put on you, and you kind of felt like you had all of the responsibility. That's when you've got to realize, like, hey, I want a teammate. That's when life can sting, because you realize that's maybe not the kind of relationship you've been in or fostering. But the great thing about this is that February gives you the opportunity to say, you know what, time is up, and time has come for me to actually change my life and my relationship dynamics to a dynamic that is healthy for me in the long term, to a dynamic in which family as a whole matters, and also the health of each individual is important. And it's not like everything is just being put on one person to deal with. With the wombat spirit and the seahorse, I do just see that your home is very important in February. So you will be revamping and rearranging some things. Also buying new things for a home, adorning it with like crystals and decoration. I want you to know that this will also make it very clear to anyone who is in your home that you make decisions of the energy and the vibe, and you are the wise one who knows precisely what kind of energy and what kind of frequency they want to invite close to them. And this must be respected. One thing that I definitely see here is respect is top tier and the most important thing romantically for you in February. And any lack thereof is something that you're not going to tolerate. I see that your fuse is very short for February, and that because you also are an independent person, you don't really care if someone wants to leave your life. For you, it's just like, fine, then leave. Because honestly speaking, I don't need this drama because I'm just doing so well on my own. That's the vibe that I'm getting here for you. It's really 10 of Cups or nothing. So all or nothing. A fulfilling relationship, and you're wise to this because you've had experiences. You even know how situationships develop, how they start, the early signs of them, and how to stay out of them. And you're practicing all of this knowledge that you've gained, applying it, and during the month of February. It's just really a month of triumph for you. Now, group number 3, this is the reading that I've received for you, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Oh, I forgot to mention, during the intro of this video, I actually mentioned the giveaway that I'm hosting, and I'm giving away this beautiful angel aura quartz crystal. So definitely tune into the intro of this video to partake in this giveaway. It is an international one, so wherever you live, I will get this crystal to you. Just make sure that you follow the rules of the giveaway. They're very simple, and they can also be found below in the description box. Now, group number 3, I would like to thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Muse Tarot as well as the Aqua Aura Crystal Point. This is the gorgeous Aqua Aura Crystal Point, which I do think I still have a few more pieces of online in my store, so I'll leave that link below because this is such a wildly popular stone. You guys always sell me out of this stone, so don't say that I didn't tell you. And aside from that, you might as well participate in the giveaway that I announced during the intro of this video, in which I will be giving away this extra large, huge angel aura crystal. I mean, just look at the way it glistens, look at how gorgeous it is. This is a worldwide giveaway, so if you skip the intro of this video, I urge you to watch the intro and participate in this giveaway. It's very easy to join, to participate, and remind yourself you lose 100% of the shots that you don't take. So participate in this giveaway for a chance to win this gorgeous crystal and to give it a new home. But now let's get into what we're actually here for, which is your February 2024 love life reading. So we can figure out all of the psychic divine messages that you need to receive in this pick a card to best prepare you for the upcoming month in connectivity to your love life. So group 4, let's see what you are meant to receive. All right, we've got the Hanged Muse. So things are going to be on their head and upside down. This is a position you might be taking in behind closed doors, group number 4. Okay, let's not immediately get inappropriate, but the Hanged Muse shows you viewing things from a different perspective. February is going to be an eye-opening month. If you have been in a situationship or relationship that is unclear, just know that February will give you a completely different outlook on the future of this relationship. Could be both positive or actually detrimental. We will move further into your reading to figure out what that outlook is all about, but we've also got a head of gray hair. So because you're growing in wisdom, it is easier for you to see the truth and to see things in a different light than when you're looking through rose-colored glasses. Next up, we've got strength. So the month of February brings you a lot of strength and courage and love. You are not afraid to face the facts, and even in great, committed, long-term relationships, you need the strength and the courage to speak up about things that you don't like or that you feel are not appropriate in order to, in the long term, be respected and feel comfortable in your love life. So the Hanged Muse and the Strength card shows us that the month of February is a month of speaking up, of seeing things from various different perspectives, and of being truthful with yourself. Here within Justice, we also have the Master number 11, and Justice is actually a card of diplomacy. Justice shows us that rather than getting all mad or angry, you have actually overcome that phase and season in your existence. You have gained a lot of calmness and a lot of this air of inner strength where you don't explode or get super mad if something doesn't go your way, especially romantically speaking. You have matured from that place. You don't need as much attention from a romantic partner. You are the type of person that now just wants a peaceful life and a peaceful existence. So one thing that I want you to know here about February is that you are paying really close attention to those in your life, those who are interested in you, romantically speaking, is what I meant to say. And you are being almost like a little bit cutthroat, okay, with anyone that enters your life, because you're looking at it from the perspective of not just now, but also would this person be a good father? Would they be a good spouse? Would they be a good business partner? And just as the lion represents this image of strength and being real and not being afraid to reject someone, because I think that's a really big and real fear that we don't talk about very often. It's not just being rejected, but also rejecting another person can be really hard, especially if you're a people pleaser. Leave that lion emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know if this resonates, and if you find this almost harder than being rejected is rejecting someone. And I just want you to know here that there are very diplomatic and real ways that you can do this in order to still keep your peace, because honestly speaking, if you don't do that, if you don't reject people, you may put yourself into very uncomfortable positions. Like if you are working on a project, for example, or you run your own business and you're not super discerning and you don't reject anyone who isn't on par with your goals and the vision that you've got, your business is very quickly going to turn belly up, okay, or go belly up, however that saying goes. And you are going to be the one who has to carry that responsibility. Now, next up within the Titan triggerfish, we've got your bold side. So making the first move. I want you to know here in the Titan triggerfish that what's really important for you is to make that first move to cut ties if you feel cutting ties is necessary, but you don't always have to go that far. Sometimes you can also just tell people what you are willing to accept and what not, and you'd be surprised at how many people get it, understand it, and respect what you want. One thing I see here is also the validation of your love language. And having a love language that is demonized, such as, for example, gifts, that can be hard to express. It can be hard to like say, hey, this is really what I need or what I want. Even acts of service, I feel like often people say, well, you're just expecting too much. And it's just like, no, my love language is just acts of service. I like to see things being done, not just words being spoken, empty words and empty promises. And that's where I definitely see here that you're speaking up for what you want. And this goes whether you're single, in a situationship, or in a committed relationship. The speaking up part is happening during the month of February. And then you've got the power of choice, because you'll see how a romantic partner reacts. Now, for me, for example, I was like seeing, and I'm not going to call this a situationship because nothing happened. Like, I was seeing somebody and I made it very clear what my expectations were, what I kind of wanted out of a relationship, and then they could show me how they felt about it through their reaction, through what they did, how they reacted, the words that they used. And then after that, I had the power of choice. And I placed my attention on the gratitude of now knowing them and knowing that they could never offer me the life or the relationship that I desire. And that made me so grateful because I didn't waste more time on a connection that wouldn't fulfill me anyways. I didn't waste more time in a space with somebody that wouldn't be able to actually make me feel happy and like I didn't settle. And settling or feeling like you've settled is the worst. Next up, we've got the leafy sea dragon. Everything serves a purpose. Give thanks to your body, group number 4. If your body in February is giving you some hiccups, so maybe you're feeling bloated, maybe you're just not feeling your most attractive self, and I just want you to know that you should give thanks to this because it actually gives you an opportunity to adjust what you're doing with your body and what you're putting into your body. So feeling bloated, that's your body's natural response to something that you're putting into your body not working out for you. Or maybe there are some imbalances within your body that need to be put back into a space of balance. Now, the spiny seahorse, okay, we've got like 2 of these little seahorse type creatures, the leafy sea dragon and the spiny seahorse. Now, this shows us that when these things happen and your body is acting up, it actually allows you to create your own traditions and norms for a daily basis. Maybe, for example, having apple cider vinegar every single morning helps you to keep your gut feeling clean, clear, and weightless, and also helps you to feel healthier and make better decisions from there on out throughout the day. And that makes you more attractive to romantic partners because they can see you're comfortable in your own body. So do see these kind of symptoms that you may not like or you may think are unattractive, like I was saying with the bloating or skin that isn't clear, just overall kind of things that make you feel a little self-conscious. See it as a sign, a symbol that serves a purpose, because now you can adjust. Now you can change something. Now you can optimize your body's health, and that will make you so much more attractive, romantically speaking, when people see how confident that you are. And the stag spirit confirms that you're taking the lead in February. You're initiating dates, you're initiating intimacy, you're initiating meeting new people romantically during the month of February. And it's powerful for you to feel confident enough to do this, especially thinking of where you were just a couple years ago, where you would have never had the confidence to be how you are during the month of February. And that's something to be super proud of. Also, kind of taking the lead in the relationship, as in how you are going to allow the relationship dynamic to progress. For me, I like to take the lead on this because there are just certain relationship dynamics that I will no longer accept and that I know I'm not happy in. So I like to take the lead, but it's almost, you would not think I'm taking the lead, because I'm taking the lead by giving them a choice and cutting them off when they are not making the choice that I want them to make. Romantically speaking, I know it sounds very cutthroat, but this is our romantic life. We got to take it seriously, and we got to be cutthroat. And think to yourself, how many other people here would never date someone they're not interested in physically, who they only see potential in? Like, so many people won't do that. So why should we date someone just for potential or give them a lot of chances when people don't do that with you? So what I mean by that is having certain standards, all right? We've got the ant spirit. Like, for example, having the standard of being with somebody who has friends and a social life and gets along with other people, because that's a green flag. It's okay to have that. And trust me, group number 4, I have witnessed relationships with people, I have been in relationships with people who barely had any friends, or just like no real friends, like a very empty social life, no super fulfilling relationships outside of a romantic one. And I should have seen that as a red flag. I didn't want to judge them because I'm not a huge friend circle group kind of person either. But the friendships that I do have, they are deep, they are fulfilling, and they have substance. And when someone is lacking that, it can be a sign of a lack of emotional intelligence, a lack of actually putting value on relationships, a lack of teamwork, and someone who is very self-centered. That's what that can represent. So in the ant spirit, paying attention to these little signs and symbols is wildly important during the month of February to give you clarity on the person that you're dealing with. And also, as mentioned, having your values, your standards, the things that you're okay with and the things you're not okay with. I will just take myself as an example, whether it comes to how someone speaks to me. Like, there was this person I was speaking to, and like, as a joke, he would say something like, oh, like, if you do that, like, I would slap you, ha 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 ha. Like, how is that funny? To me, that's not funny. For me, that is the beginning of disrespect that is masked as a joke. I don't like those kind of jokes. If I think of my future husband, I don't think of him making jokes in front of anyone, even if it's just between him and I, if it's in front of our kids, in front of strangers. I don't see him feeling comfortable doing that. And if I think of my future son, I don't see him being comfortable even joking with a woman about physical violence or like slapping her. You know what I mean, group number 4? So these are things that you can just see and witness early on in a relationship or situationship, and that can give you an indication as to whether this meets your standards. Some people may view that as sensitive, and it's fine, because everyone has their own standards and their own things that they will accept and tolerate, things that they will not accept and tolerate. And it also depends on previous experiences that we've had, because we are all kind of artifacts of our past and what we've experienced. So don't be shamed for your standards and the things that you will and will not accept. And even in a long-term relationship, sometimes you need to wake up, group number 4, and you got to remind yourself, like, what was my standard before I met this person? Why am I accepting it now? And do I need to continue accepting it? You know, and this can be hard to be real with yourself about, but sometimes some of this realness is just very necessary, and it's for your own good. Now, group 4, this is your February love prediction that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. As mentioned, don't forget to partake in the giveaway, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait for this crystal to find a new home somewhere in this world. I don't know where yet, but somewhere at someone's home who's going to be very happy to give this crystal a space and the opportunity to shine. So I want that to be you, group number 4. Make sure that you check out the giveaway rules in the description box. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much for being here and for spending this beautiful divine time and space with me. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings.